I will tell you that next week is not going to be short on topics. I think, first of all, we can all say it is a new day at the UN. The UN has shifted over the past several months. It's not just about talking, it's about action. The members are starting to get used to act, whether it's Security Council resolutions, whether it's with UN reform, whether it's with peacekeeping. We're starting to see a lot of changes at the UN. They are all anxious to see what the U.S. delegation looks like next week. And I think they will be heavily impressed with the fact that we have the President, the Vice President, the Secretary of State, many members of the National Security Council coming to really show the U.S. strength that we have in the world. And I think obviously this will be the first time that the President has addressed the General Assembly. They're all very anxious to hear what he has to say, and I think that he will make quite an impact in terms of all of the issues that we're dealing with. We have 3 events that will be extremely important. First, the President will highlight the UN reform event. It is very, very important. We've got a massive reform package being led by the Secretary General that really streamlines not just the processes but also the budget as it goes forward and makes the UN much more effective. We basically have the President headlining a UN reform effort which would really support the Secretary General. But the impressive part is we asked other countries to sign on to their support of reform, and 120 countries have signed on and will be in attendance. That's a miraculous number. The Vice President will be doing 2 very important briefings. He's going to do one on Human Rights Council. Now more than ever, human rights matters. We say all the time, if a government doesn't take care of its people, bad things will happen. And I think we're seeing that in multiple places, and that's all the reason why the Human Rights Council really needs to be effective. We have offered reform. I think the Vice President will go and not only support the reform, but talk about why it's needed and the areas that are really needing to be addressed when it comes to human rights. The second one he's going to do is on peacekeeping. And in the last several months, we have taken every peacekeeping mandate and changed it. Basically, we have saved $500 million in peacekeeping, but before anyone thinks that's a travesty, basically the way they handled peacekeeping in the past was if there was a challenged area, they would throw more troops at it. But they didn't see if the troops are trained or give them the equipment to do their job. Now we're going towards the political solution, making sure the troops are trained and armed, making sure that we're more effective. So it's smarter. And it cut $500 million, and in some cases we're having to increase, and in some cases we're having to decrease. So having the Vice President talk about the importance of the peacekeeping being effective is going to be very important. And then, as I said, there are no shortage of issues with North Korea being front and center. Iran will be an issue. Syria will certainly be talked about. Terrorism efforts and how we counter that is a huge topic on what we're dealing with, and obviously the humanitarian issues that we face around the world. So with that, I think the General Assembly is going to be quite active next week, and I think the U.S. is going to be very strong next week, and we look forward to a very good week.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.